Welcome to yoga. I'm just going to shut the door. Well, you don't see your. All right. So we think we have everybody here that's going to be here today. And welcome to all of you at home who are sitting in your sturdy chairs and ready to do some chair yoga with us. We'll start by just settling in. So just let your chair take your weight and start to relax a bit to begin with. We're creating a space now between whatever we were doing before we came here and what we'll be doing now and what we'll be doing after this. So prepare yourself to feel good. Notice your breath. Does it feel smooth or forced, relaxed or stressful? Notice if you have any places in your body where you feel pain, where you are carrying stress or tension. And then just notice whatever you might have on your mind. Give it a second before we get started with our changing our breath, I'll say. So now we want to focus on making a deeper breath. We're going to breathe deep down into the belly. You may place your hands on your belly if you like, so you can feel your belly expand when you inhale, and then contract as you exhale. And then just repeat that breath. You want to lengthen the breath to about a 5 second inhale. I'm sorry, exhale. Maybe inhale too. Now we're going to get ready to move into our stretching and strengthening. Remember, no pain and no strain. So just do the best you can with everything. But if there's anything that just doesn't feel good to you, you can come back to the breath, just like we were, or make any kind of movement that you know is okay for you to make. I'm going to get out of my chair a bit. So we're going to check our posture first. You want to have your feet about hip distance apart, parallel. You're going to bring your shoulders up towards your ears, and then let the shoulder blades come down the back. And then you'll just neutralize your spine a little bit so that you're not overextended with your chest too far forward. Right, let's start out by warming up our sides today. Just do a little airplane. And now when one arm is up overhead, stretch it really tall. Stretch the other arm toward the floor and then lean toward the lower arm, keeping both your sits bones on your chair. And then we'll inhale that arm up, exhale the other one down. Stretch really tall again, and then lean in the other direction. And we'll inhale up. Face the palms away from each other, and then slowly exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to kind of scoop up. Inhale. Again, turn the palms away from each other. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more scoop up. This time we'll turn the palms to the back of the room and then exhale. 5, 3, 2. Very nice. Now let's do a little look over the shoulder. So we'll bring our chins to our chests, and we're just going to let the chin follow the collarbone to one side and then look over the shoulder. And then bring chin back to chest and then move to look over the other shoulder. And we'll come back chin to chest again. And then come to face me. Good job. Let's do some more with the neck. We'll just nod. Yes. And then no. And then face me again, and we'll let the ear come toward the shoulder on the same side. Maybe extend the arm you're leaning away from. Take some deep breaths. You might massage here or just lay your arm across your head to put a little weight there. Soften the place between your eyebrows. And then we'll release and do the same thing on the other side. And release. Good. Now let's open up on an inhale. Then we're going to close into a hug on the exhale. And we'll open and close with the other arm on top to exhale. And now repeat that a few times, alternating arms. So one arm on top and then the other arm on top. And remembering to breathe, I'm going to take my jacket off while you are doing that one. Now with your arms outstretched, side to side, palms down, we'll do some small circles. they get heavy. They're going to reverse with palms up. It's amazing how heavy your arms are. Then we'll bring fingertips to shoulders and do some big circles. And then reverse. Good. Now let's do weight machine. We'll inhale and exhale to squeeze in front. And repeat several times. And then just go right into weight machine, or I'm sorry, conductor. We just did weight machine. This is conductor. Oh, good. This has gotten our heart rate up, all these arms. Now you can just circle your shoulders a bit and kind of some of that tension back out. And reverse. Good. Now let's go down in our chairs a little bit and move down to the lower body for some things. So we'll jog first. Now let's do some leg lifts. Extend your leg with the foot flexed, knee stays slightly bent, or you can bend it more if you like. We'll just lift and lower. And then we'll switch sides. Good. Now we'll do hinge and cross. So we're going to bring elbow toward the knee, opposite knee, and lift the knee. If you prefer, you don't have to lift your knee and you don't have to twist. You can just go forward like this. So you choose what works for you. I'm going to do the full hinge and cross if you want to follow. And then we'll switch sides. Good. Then we'll do some jumping jacks. And you can choose and just continue to do the full jumping jack if that's your choice. But you can do one side at a time for those of you at home that want to choose to do that. Good. Now take some deep breaths while we stretch our shoulders. Just going to bring that across and press in. Look over the shoulder you're stretching. Breathe. And then we'll do the other side. And release. Now we're going to rest our arms for a minute and work on our hands. The first thing we'll do, you can do it with your feet also. We're going to claw. So just inhale and squeeze everything. And then exhale to release. And we're going to do that again. This time, engage all your muscles, like squeeze your buns, like you're going to lift up off your chair even. So squeeze on the inhale and release on the exhale. And then one more time, inhale and exhale. Good. Now we'll touch the thumb to every finger. And then we're going to rotate the wrists. And reverse. Now let one palm face me. Pull the fingertips back. And then we'll flip the palm over and press down. Check that out. And then we'll do the other side. Flip that over. Now let's get back in our chairs. Maybe shake that hand out a little bit too. I'm going to bring our legs up and we will do some ankle circles. Reverse. And then we'll point and flex. Good. Now you can bend your knees for a second for a little rest. And then we'll bring them back up, legs back up, and do some scissors. Point your toes for this one. Good. And now bend your knees. Now we'll scoot out and do one more set of our leg lifts and hinge and cross. Okay, other leg. I just kept on going and going there. Good job. Let's turn to one side of our chairs and do our warrior series. I'm actually going to turn this way, girls, so they can see me on camera first, but you can turn whichever way you want. Okay, well, so we'll extend one leg back. Toes are down, heel is up. Kind of tuck your tailbone under just a little bit. And then we'll inhale our arms up. This is warrior one. Look up toward your fingertips. That feels good to your neck. We'll exhale down into some tricep dips. Okay, and then when your arms are overhead again, we're going to windmill down into warrior two. You can extend that leg if that feels comfortable to your body. Then we'll look out over the fingertips, and you're really stretching your arms from wall to wall, ribs stacked over hips. Now we'll flip the front palm and tip back to peaceful warrior. Back down to warrior two. Forearm above the knee with the palm up. We're going to look behind us and draw an imaginary line down the wall, across the floor, and up the other wall until you've got a nice long line from fingertip to foot. And remember to keep breathing. This is side angle stretch. Now we're going to move out of that the same way that we came into it, back up to our warrior two. Now come to face me in horse pose, just like this. And we're going to stretch our shoulders a bit by dipping one shoulder into that space and then the other. Now we're going to repeat this a few times. You can do it, move back and forth quickly, or you can hold. Very nice. Now let's face the other way and do our other warriors. So inhale up into your warrior one, exhale into your triceps. Now when your arms are up overhead, we'll windmill down into our warrior two. Flip the front palm and we'll tip back for peaceful warrior. Back down to warrior two. Forearm above the knee. Look behind you and trace that imaginary line. And get a good stretch of your side body. Remember to keep breathing. And we'll move out of that pose the same way that we came into it. Back up to warrior two. Good. Now we're gonna do our hinge and cross first, and then our leg lifts so that we can start stretching and finishing up. So we'll start here. Again, you can do this if you prefer. Otherwise, you can follow me and twist. Then the other side. Good. And then we'll just stretch out our sides a bit. And then we'll go into our leg lifts. Good. Now you're going to let your heel rest. Your foot will stay flexed and your knee will stay slightly bent. We'll inhale to sit up nice and straight, and then exhale to hinge out until you feel a good stretch along the back of your leg. Whenever you're ready, you can slowly come back up, and then we'll hug that knee in, stretching the quadriceps here. You might point and flex again or circle. If you want to choose to do that, you might rock around a bit, massage your glute. And then we're going to cross over. You can cross low on your leg or you can cross above the knee. You're going to keep this foot flexed, and then we'll hinge out just like we did before if you want to extend this stretch. Otherwise, you can stay here. And now we'll release and do the same thing on the other side. So lift and lower. We're all getting sleepy this afternoon. It's contagious. So the knee is slightly bent and we'll hinge out and feel the stretch down the back of the leg. And we'll slowly come back up. We're going to hug the leg in. Maybe rock around a bit. Circle. Point and flex. And then cross over, either low or higher. Feel a stretch in your hip. If you want to hinge out here, you can do that. Very nice. And then you can set your foot down. All right. We're going to get ready to go into one of our final things, which will be our twisting and eagle arm series. We'll start here. We're going to inhale and then exhale as we turn, do a little twist, bring the front hand to the outside of the opposite knee. Then we'll move back around with the breath, cross over, bend the elbows, and then either touch the backs of the hands together or twist up a little more into eagle arms and feel the stretch at the top of your shoulders, between your shoulders. Take some good deep breaths. inhale up. Exhale down. And we'll reach toward our ankles and then inhale up. Turn the palms to the back of the room and then exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll do all that to the other side now. Inhale, exhale to twist. Around and cross. Then we'll bend the elbows, twist up. Feel some good stretching. You want to inhale up, exhale. Release. And on your next inhale, up. Turn your palms to the back of the room and then exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Now, if there's any kind of movement that you want to make before we start to relax again, feel free to do that. It can be anything we've done, just any kind of movement. You can stand up and run around if you want to. And so the last thing we'll do together before we relax is our sunshine pose. I almost forgot that when I was scooting back in my chair. We'll lean forward with our heads up and then inhale up and exhale. And then just ease back into your chair and start to let your chair take your weight again. Just like in the beginning, you're going to relax your forehead, softening that place between your eyebrows. Let your jaw relax by taking the tongue off the roof of your mouth. Let your hands be loose and let your shoulders, I've got it too today, start to feel heavy. Relax your back and your hips into your chair. Feel your breathing becoming deeper, your heart rate slowing down. Just take another minute to enjoy the stillness. And whenever you're ready, you can start to reawaken your body by wiggling your fingers and toes. And then moving into your arms and legs. Starting to wake up the bigger muscles now. And then we'll stretch really tall. Take a big inhale. And then exhale down into a big hug for yourself. And while you're here, say something kind, something you need to hear today to encourage yourself. When you're ready, you can just give a final little squeeze and release. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. So good to see all of you and you. I'll see you next week. Enjoy your week.